Yo, what's good, guys? It's okay, Wasabi from Poster 1475. The hood is skinny niggas dying. The multiplier, the clouds are too close to the ground, so we all touch the sky. And I'm not alone. I'm out here with
Simon Banza, Mr. Fresh Fade, no Banza.
It's amazing.
Good.
It's amazing, guys. Anyway, guys, we're talking about Google Stadia. This is the full-length video we promised you.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the implications of Stadia in South Africa. As you know, as some of you might not know, actually, Google Stadia is a project by Google right now, who are introducing a gaming solution where you need no console, no hardware. It's all based on the cloud. You can basically, as long as you have Google Chrome, you can stream a game at 4K 60 frames per second on any screen, as long as you have Google Chrome. So that means any laptop, any TV, phone. They're also offering a controller. But you can use your own controller.
You can.
So that's mind-blowing.
It's completely changing the game.
Mind-blowing, guys.
It's completely changing.
That basically means you don't need a PlayStation. You don't need an Xbox. You don't need a GTX 1050 Nvidia graphic card. You don't need it.
And you don't need to upgrade. That's another thing.
Exactly.
There's always like new ones. So like PlayStation, even me now, I bought a PlayStation last year and I was like, well, damn, like what happens?
What happens in PS5?
What happened in PS5? Now I must throw my PlayStation away or play old games. Some games will still be made with PlayStation. I did that. I bought my brother an Xbox 360.
Sure.
At the time, I didn't have money, so it was like, that's the best that I could do for him.
Sure.
But like, there's no games.
There's no games anymore for 360.
But now, if we had Stadia back then, we could all just keep playing those games.
Exactly. So what that means, guys, what Google is trying to achieve is no latency.
Yeah.
So, guys, what you're understanding is that Google runs all the games on their hard drive farms, on their server farms.
Yes.
Every game is loaded there. You don't have to deal with any of their hardware processing. Google deals with that. And they have server farms all over the world. So that kind of is possible. They just need to run the game on their server farms. But what they're saying, guys, is that the message, the data of sending the game from their server farm to you in your living room, to the data of the controller, send both of those, the data of the game and the data of what you press in your controller back in, I don't know if I can say this, but light speed, so that there's no latency. I want to punch in the game and I want to press 0 or X and it does it immediately. No latency. And a lot of people are in doubt.
I think one of the biggest issues that we have right now is obviously our connectivity issues. And I think this is why Stadia is not in South Africa. And when it launches, it won't be in South Africa.
It's funny because that's one of the things they didn't mention. They said the Stadia will be available in America this year and Europe. They didn't mention
no Asia.
No Asia.
No Asian countries whatsoever. No Australia. No other continents.
I didn't even expect them to say Africa, to be honest.
No, definitely
not. At the end of the day,
Africa.
guys, we have to be honest with ourselves. At the end of the day,
but I think we are all shook because one of the biggest gaming countries outside of America is, well, one of the biggest gaming areas outside is Asia. Asia is huge. China, Japan, like literally those are the biggest gaming and tech areas of the world.
Exactly.
And yet Stadia was like, nah.
We're not gonna
go there. Not just yet.
I wonder why, guys, because I have so many questions. Because another thing they didn't announce at the key points where they were announcing this is this something I'm gonna buy once and that's over, or is this a subscription fee?
My theory is that it's a subscription fee. You pay your 100 rand, 80, 100 rand, 150, whatever it is, every single month. You're gonna have to buy your games. Hopefully they're not as expensive as they would have been, because obviously there's costs in the printing of the games and the covers and all those things.
It should be less.
Exactly. I really hope that it's less. So you'd still have to buy the games, 900, maybe it's still $1,000, and then you pay your subscription fee, and then you just have your own Wi-Fi at home. But with that being said, like we discussed earlier, our Wi-Fi is going to have to move drastically. So for example, I can play my games normally right now. I could play on a 20 up, 20 down.
20 megabytes per second.
20 megabytes per second up and down. I moved it up to a 50 because some of my games can't take the 20. But games like Fortnite can, Apex Legends can, which is the big games that a lot of people are playing. But I'm worried that when I get a game like Anthem, all of a sudden I can't. Because you're not just playing story modes alone, you're playing with other people. So our Wi-Fi is going to have to be strong, and we know we don't have strong Wi-Fi unless you're on campus or something.
Exactly.
But that's also the nice thing, we spoke about it earlier, where you're playing at home, right? You have a lecture at 1 o'clock maybe. So you're playing at home in the morning, and then it's 11 o'clock, it's 11:30, 12. You need to go to school. You leave your PlayStation just like that.
At home.
You go to school, your phone's fully charged. Literally, you can play from your phone. And the controller is going to have something where you can hold your phone. Have you ever seen like drone pilots? Yeah. Exact same vibe. So it's just going to be amazing, because sometimes I'm sitting in places and I'm like, it would bang if I could carry on playing right now, because I'm bored. And you can just pull out your phone. If you have a tablet, maybe you're a person who's like, I don't want to play on my phone. I still want a big-ish screen. So you buy yourself a tablet and you can play games from there.
But one thing I want to also talk about, Sibu, is speeds, internet speeds. In South Africa mostly. I think obviously you're gonna have to be on fiber. No doubt about that. You're gonna have to be on fiber. You're gonna have to have a line at least of 100 megabytes per second.
Minimum, dude.
100 megabytes per second. And I was checking some prices of some speeds on I think AfriHost or I was checking some speeds and stuff like that on Access and stuff like that. And you're looking at around 1,000 rand minimum.
Absolute minimum
for 100 megabytes up and down. So, in South Africa, as we're talking about the implications of Stadia in South Africa, if that happens, are we ready? Do we have the infrastructure to welcome Stadia at this moment? I'm not sure of the state of internet and tech in Nigeria. Or I'm trying to name other places where they might be
able to.
With
I think we're talking Kenya.
Yes.
Namibia,
Botswana, maybe too. Like, are we at the point where gamers, because let's be honest, gaming is a lot of a younger demographic. So
100%.
Are parents at that point where they're willing to spend 1,000 rand to 1.5 every month instead of just a once-off 7,000 rand on a console to come up because your parents would understand, I think, 600 rand or maybe 800 rand for Wi-Fi so that everyone has it in the house.
In the house,
But if you tell your parents to know this Wi-Fi isn't enough,
because also you charging the bandwidth in the house,
this Wi-Fi isn't enough. I need 100 megabytes per second. Or let's not even talk about kids like us as adults right now who are gamers. Are we willing to spend like
1,500 still buying games?
Exactly. I hope what you're saying about buying the game is not true. I hope it's like Spotify or Apple Music where $50 a month, which is pretty much expensive. That's 700 rand a month.
That's a lot.
That's like that's like DSTV thing. Let's say 20 maybe. 2014 hopefully. $20-14 a month, which is 300 rand. Around there, 300 400 rand per month, and you get to access any game you want for that 400 rand.
We wish.
And I'm hoping it's like that, because I think that's the only viable, because it's like iTunes. There's iTunes and then there's Apple Music. iTunes, you can still buy an album for 160.
I get you.
But for only 60 rand a month, you can listen to Apple Music for as much as you can. So that's what I want to know immediately. Are we buying the game still? Is it 400 rand a month? And even if Stadia was like, hey, South Africa, here's Stadia, will we be able to have with speeds?
It's such a, I feel like the software, it's such a bittersweet thing, because if a lot of people in South Africa, and I think I even mean like black people, young black people in South Africa, were given access, I think this would then give people further access. If most of us had access to the internet, if I could go and I could speak to any South African and I could assume, just like you assume that most South Africans have a phone, you can assume that they have good Wi-Fi. I feel like this would diversify the gaming and tech industry so much. Because any kid from Ekasi who has good Wi-Fi will be able to play the same games that we are. Because right now, when you play a game, one, we don't have the servers in South Africa in general, but let's say that we do have the servers. I know the type of person I'm going to be playing against. If I'm getting in a game, I'm most likely going to be playing against a white South African or a like black upper middle class South African, right? But now, it would be so cool to be able to play, and you can play with anyone
you want.
Imagine speaking Vernac in a battle royale game.
So are we getting Stadia at any point in the next 2 years?
I think it's
3 years.
Do you know? I think we probably will. if I'm being very positive about our internet, what goes on with our internet, I think we will get it. But I think once again, it's just going to be one of those things where it's for the select few. We're going to get it, and someone like me who I have the funds to be able to take care of myself, and I can stretch to get Stadia because of the internet and all those other things. But any average South African, I don't think it's going to work. As in, it's not going to work for them. It's only going to be for the elite few. It's going to be for whoever gaming has been for right now already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, guys, what do you think? Tell us what you think. Do you think this is viable in South Africa? Like, besides the strength Google will have to pull this off in just America, no latency, playing a game immediately, like.
Because even now they were saying that on you can watch a YouTube video, and if the person in the YouTube, let's say we're reviewing a game, and then at the end of the video we leave an end card and we can say you can play the game, you should be able with Stadia to click on our YouTube video and it takes you straight to the game.
Exactly.
But
so
imagine
you can join. The beautiful thing about Stadia is that you're watching a streamer playing a game online, right? You can click play and join him
in the game,
whatever level he's at.
Imagine.
So it's such an ambitious project from Google that a lot of us are still like kind of we're not sure about it. We're skeptical about it. But if it does happen, guys, let's say it happens in America. Google Stadia is a hit in America. It revolutionizes games forever. Americans are happy. It's in Asia now in a year, because I think they want to stabilize it first in America, then they'll move on to other territories. But now, a year later, 2 years later, it's in Asia. How long will it take us South Africans to be on that wagon just because of infrastructure like internet?
Even a little thing like YouTube Music took a year, 2 years. Like Spotify took years to come here, and the biggest thing is just our internet and access to the internet. Why would a brand come down and spend money on us if we can't even access them?
Exactly.
So man, let us know what you think about Google Stadia. Are you keen for it? Are you not keen for it? Do you think it doesn't matter? We want to know everything and anything. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Arcade. We appreciate you. It's one of the first gaming episodes, and many more to come. My name is Sibum Banza, Mr. Fresh Fade Nombandla, but I'm not here alone.
He was out here with Okay Wasabi from Fosora 1475. The hood is skinning his dying to the multiplier of the clouds too close to the ground, so we all to the sky, and you were watching
Arcade.
ZA.
Yeah.